Hey guys, I'm going to show you how I make all of my custom trees for my builds. This is a pretty good skill to have because let's be honest, vanilla trees kind of suck. They're pretty boring and ugly. First, I'm going to show you how to make them by hand, and then I'm going to show you a quicker way to make them using World Edit. First off, don't make trees that just go straight up like this one. It doesn't look right and it's boring. Instead, give your tree a little bit of a slant, and then it's going to allow you to do a lot more with the shape and it'll look better. An easy way to start the main body of the tree is to make this triangle shape and then stack it up by 3 blocks or more. And then after you're done stacking, bump it out by 1 and then stack again, and then keep repeating this process. After you do that a few times and you get to the height you want, the tree will look something like this. Now you're going to go in and add or remove blocks from some places. You want to try and break up any patterns you see and make it a little bit more of a smoother, more natural look. This can get kind of finicky and it really just comes down to eyeballing it, but just play around with it and you'll get it eventually. Now we're going to add some branches sprawling out near the top of the tree. Make sure you don't make these too straight. And try and make these branches kind of sprawl in every direction and make them go up a few blocks as well. Once you have your branches, you're going to use those as a guide for the shape of the tree canopy. So you're basically going to make an irregular shape that follows the shape of your branches. You don't want to make it too much of like an oval or a circle because that's just not natural, that's not how nature do. So just follow the perimeter of your branches and then build up that perimeter of leaves about 5 blocks tall. Once you got the outside walls done, go in there and just start throwing blocks everywhere. Leave some air pockets and be kind of random with it. The key to this is to not make it look too uniform. That's why you want to be random. Just throw blocks everywhere. Make sure you get some blocks down below, get them some more higher up, and just fill up the tree. Make sure the top of the tree isn't totally flat either, and add some layers on top, and then again, try and make it look kind of random. Now I want you to go around the outside of the tree and try and break up some of the surfaces that are too flat. Also try and get rid of any patterns you see, and feel free to break and add more blocks wherever needed, even punch some holes in it if you need to. This is another step where you're just going to have to eyeball it and do your best. You'll get better over time. Now let's look at the difference between a good canopy and a bad canopy. This is a bad canopy. See how it's really flat and there's a lot of straight lines. It's very stair-steppy. You want your canopy to be more like a big puffy cloud. See how there's no big flat surfaces on this one? There's some higher parts, there's some lower parts. There isn't really any block patterns or straight long lines. This is what you want to go for. Now let me show you the quick way of making trees with World Edit. We're going to start by getting our wand and using the line command. So we're going to pick our first position, then pick our second, and I'm going to use the command / line oak wood. Then to make the trunk a little bit thicker, I'm going to do the same thing again, just 1 block over. Then I go in and sculpt the tree by hand, just like the first tree. I'm adding and removing some blocks to give it a smoother look. I'm also breaking up any patterns I see or getting rid of some big flat faces. For this tree in particular, I had to make the top part a lot thicker than the initial lines made it. The angle it was leaning was a little bit too steep, so I had to reduce that a bit. Just keep playing with it and you'll get it eventually. Once you're happy with the trunk, you want to get your wand out again. You want the first point to be the top of the tree, and then make the second point a little bit away from the tree. Use the line command again, and this will make your branches. Just keep repeating this process, go around the tree a few times. You don't need as many branches as the other tree. Now we're going to make a brush to add the leaves to the tree. So grab any tool you want and type // BR, sphere, 60% air, 60% leaf, whatever type of leaf you want to use. We're also going to add a mask to this, so / mask air, and that will stop the brush from deleting the wood of the tree. It'll only replace the air blocks. Now we're just going to use this brush and add our leaves. Don't forget that if you mess up, you can use / undo. Just go around the tree and add your leaves, just make sure you don't overdo it. The same rules apply here as the handmade tree. Try to avoid patterns in the canopy, and try and make it look like a big puffy cloud of leaves. Once you're done placing your leaves with the brush, you want to go in and edit it a little bit by hand. You can't do everything with World Edit. There's going to be some leaves that are out of place, maybe you want to touch up some spots. Just go around, look at it, see what looks weird. And that's the last step of making the tree. It's honestly pretty simple, and this is really going to spice up your builds if you don't already know how to make these. And after you practice this for a while, you can start making tons of different shapes and sizes of trees for whatever you want. All it takes is just a little bit of practice and effort, and I promise you'll get there. And if you don't have a server or a place that has World Edit, you can come join my server. I already have World Edit installed, and everyone on the server gets it. So just come and join, claim a plot, and you can start trying this right away. Thanks for sticking around to the end.